Hey roses, what's up, welcome back to my channel. I am so happy to be filming this video. If I can talk today, y'all, I haven't been able to talk literally all day. It's been a long day. It is 7:28 right now. I've been at work since 9 o'clock this morning, so your girl is tired, but I just wanted to come on here and film this video because it was something that I really that was kind of like on my heart. You can tell by the title, and I just wanted to come and talk to y'all. You know, I'm real. I like to keep it real. For those of you who are new to this channel, welcome to my channel. Welcome to the Roses family. I like to call my subby Roses because my name is A Melrose Universe, and A Melrose is a name that's very personal to me. So you guys are all welcome into my family, and if you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for tuning in to another video. And if you are new and you're checking me out, you might as well just go ahead and hit that subscribe button right quick. Then make sure you click on the notification box so that you're notified when I upload a new video. Anyway, as y'all can tell, today we're going to be talking about the transition from being single to being a wife. I got some tea for y'all. I do. It is definitely, being married is an amazing experience. First and foremost, let's say that I love my husband so much. It is definitely an amazing experience. I feel like you get super close to the person in ways that you thought that you just can't even imagine. Like, until if you have to be married to really understand. It's like this bond that you guys share, you know, that no one else in the world shares with you. Not your mama, not your daddy, not your friends. You know, you and this person share this bond. But it can also be really hard. And I always heard people say who were married that marriage is hard. Marriage is hard because you are like literally dying to yourself. You are literally doing life with a whole nother person. Like, you've been doing life, I'm 28, so I've been doing life the way I know it for 28 years, and then now you're doing life with this whole other human. This person has been doing life the way they wanted to do life for how many ever years they've been living. So it ain't easy. Like, it's hard to bring those two people together and, you know, agree on things. How are you going to pay bills? How are you going to handle your money? How are you guys going to handle conflict? How are you going to have friends of the opposite sex? How are you going to handle I have a daughter before marriage, so how are we going to handle parenting that? Navigating through co-parenting. You know, my daughter's father is very much in her life. You know, so how are we going to handle that? Like, each other parents, like, it's a lot. But I definitely would say, like, the 5 things that I have learned that I feel like are my transition from being a single woman to being married is that number 1 is that you gotta have some Jesus. Like, I'm gonna just be real. Like, you just gotta have some Jesus. So me and my husband's relationship with God is different. He has his relationship with God, I have my relationship with God, and then we have a relationship with God together. That part is also difficult navigating too, because people don't tell you that, because it's like all my life, all this time I've been having my relationship with Jesus, and then he's been doing his own thing with Jesus. So then it's like I had these expectations, like, that I wanted to pray together all the time. I wanted to read our Bible together all the time, and sometimes that may not happen. We do have our devotional book, and we do read our Bible together sometimes, and we do pray together sometimes. But I guess I was thinking we have to bridge everything together. So I'm like learning that I still have my own personal relationship with God, and so does my husband. I can't measure my relationship with God to his relationship with God. His relationship with God is his relationship with God. And I feel like sometimes as wives, let me know if y'all hear this, be real. Some wives, like, I feel like it's like, oh well, I know more than him, or I'm deeper than him, and I need him to be on the same level as me. And it's like, no, it don't work like that. Like, I have my relationship, he has his relationship, and we grow together. And if you do feel, this is also talking about Christian couples, I also want to put a disclaimer out there like that. That's definitely one of the number 1 things is that I would say is that you definitely need Jesus, because I go and tell my husband all the time, and he tells on me too, and Jesus is the only thing that's really gonna keep you sane, like seriously, because there are some days I get so frustrated and so overwhelmed that I just be feeling my head's gonna explode. And then there's some days I love him so much, just like, oh, marriage is so great, marriage is so amazing. Number 2 thing I would say, transition from single to married, is friendships. I always said I wasn't gonna be that single woman, because I had friends that are married, and I always felt like, you know, like, do you really not have time? Are you really busy? Like, or you just don't want to make time for me, blah, blah, blah. Or you always see your husband, blah, blah, blah. You can make some time for me. Yeah. But y'all, it's true. When you get married, especially me and my husband, we work opposite shifts right now. And my daughter's been at school all day. By the time I get off work, I want to spend that time with my husband. Like, I want, like, let's catch up on our day, whether we're just sitting in the house watching a movie. I want to spend that time with my daughter. That's our time together. And on the weekend is really our time together, because at night he goes to work while I'm asleep. So on the weekend it's kind of like I really don't have time to hang out with my friends, because it's like I want to spend time with my husband. So I feel like that is one of the difficult things that I'm learning to balance, is family, friends, and then my new family right now. And I'm still learning. I've only been married for 4 months, so that's something that I'm still learning. 3 thing I would say is balance. Like, how come ain't nobody tell me that it was gonna be difficult balancing literally life from a single woman to a married woman? Because when you're single, even though I was a single mom, I had so much time. Like, I feel like I had time to be able to sit and read my Bible, and to do my devotionals, listen to my music, do my worship music. If I wanted to get up and go, I could do that. Like, if I wanted to join this Bible study group, or join that group, or join something at a church, I was able to do that. But now it's like, when you have a family and a whole other person that you are doing life with, you have to figure out, is that going to work in your schedule? Like, because your family is your first ministry. It's your first ministry. And that's where a lot of marriages go wrong, because you're so busy out doing things for the church, you're so busy out doing things for the community, that you neglect your family at home. And your family is our first ministry. If you can't get home right, how in the world are you going to be able to get everything else right? That's one of the things I am learning, is balancing my ministry, balancing my business, balancing work, balancing family and friends, balancing being a mom, you know, having that time with my daughter, but then also having that time with my husband. Because you need that. We have family time, but then you also need that husband and wife time, so that you guys are bonding together, and you aren't so busy focusing on the bills, you aren't too busy talking about, you know, the serious stuff. You know, you're laughing and enjoying each other and dating each other. You know, that's definitely important, like finding that balance, you know. And that's something I have definitely not perfected. I don't think I'm ever going to perfect it, but I am working at it. And it's definitely a challenge balancing single friends with married friends. I feel like with married friends, you understand. Matter of fact, I feel like I've grown longer without talking to my married friends that I have, just because it's like, whoa, Jesus, like I had to text my girls and let my best friends let them know, like, y'all, I'm so sorry for all the grief I gave y'all by not wanting to hang out and stuff, because this is hard. Like, you make plans for dinner and it's like, man, like, I'm like legit tired. Like, or like, man, like, I don't know when the next time I'm gonna see my husband on this weekend. I kind of will spend the day with him, you know. I definitely don't think you should get just wrapped up in your marriage. I definitely think there should be a balance. You should definitely have a balance, because you do need relationships outside of your marriage, but your marriage is your number one priority, and your family is your number one priority. And that's something I have to learn, because my husband tells me all the time, I always like to spread myself too thin. I like to give myself so much, and sometimes it's like, I just don't have that to give right now, you know. Number 4, I would say number 4 is really learning that we're different people. Going from single to being married, I feel like I've always been like an independent person. I've always solved my own problems. You know, I would talk to my friends and everything, but for the most part, I solved my own problems. I like to deal with my own things by myself. But when you're married, you know, my husband is not so much of a talker, and I'm a talker. Like, I will babble. Matter of fact, we read this devotional book, our marriage devotional book that we read together. One of the things to talk about is the husband being a Dead Sea and the wife being a babbling brook, and finding that balance between, like, okay, Melissa, maybe you need to shut up sometimes, and then husband, maybe you need to talk some more. So sometimes I expect my husband to handle the things like the way I'm gonna handle it, and it's like, no, you know. So like I said, you have these two individual people coming together to be one. It is not easy. and it's a challenge at times, but then other times it's so beautiful and it's so amazing, and it's like, oh my gosh, like I can't believe you know, I get to do life with you, I can't believe you're my husband. So that's definitely one of the things I've learned, is that like coming from being a single woman to being like a married woman is like, I have to think about him. Like I have to consider his personality and what he's gonna want and what he thinks, and you know, if we're gonna agree on this, and if we don't, if we both can't agree, then we're just not gonna do it. Like if my husband doesn't think I should go somewhere, I just can't go there, because I'd rather have peace in my marriage than strife, you know. And sometimes that goes back to also having single friends too. Sometimes that can be hard on your single friendships, because they may feel like, oh, she goes with her husband, or oh, she choosing her husband, or you don't got time for me. And it's not even about that. It's just a matter of like, when you are literally bonded to someone, if the other person is not comfortable with you doing something, then you have to listen to that significant other. You owe you owe that to them, that level of respect, you know. Number 5 thing I would say is transitioning from single to married, is transitioning from a single mom to a married mom. It has been amazing. Like, sorry y'all, my memory card got full. Anyway, but yeah, transitioning from a single mom, you guys, to a married mom has actually been such a blessing. I wasn't a single parent, but I was a single mom. So my daughter's father and I are not together. So she goes with him for a couple days out the week, and then every other weekend, and then she's with me. So, but now having my husband in the house, and watching my daughter and my husband bond together, sometimes bring me to tears, because it's just like, wow, like I literally prayed for this. Like I literally prayed for this, and it's here, it's happening. She loves him, and he loves her like that's his own daughter, and Melody loves him like that's her, you know, her own dad. That's her bonus dad. And it is so amazing not having to do everything by myself. Like if I'm not feeling well, my husband, he will stay with her, he'll watch her, they'll watch TV together, he'll play with her, he'll feed her, like take care of her, and I don't feel like the burden is not all on me. And I'm sure he has his perspective on that too. We're actually going to be doing a video about that later. But so I watch Melody sometimes, and I know she loves it. She loves having like a mommy and a daddy in the house together, because sometimes we'll just be watching TV. We like to have our movie nights on the weekends, so Melody will just go over and just lay on him, and she'll want to cuddle with him. And sometimes I'm like, oh, you don't want to cuddle with me, but I love it, because it's like, wow, like that's all I wanted, was for her to grow up in a 2-parent home, because I didn't have that, and to be able to have that and share that with my husband, and makes me excited to have more children, and to you know, raise our children together, and to, you know, build this life together. And it has definitely been a huge adjustment for me, and realizing that like, wow, like, you know, Melody has, you know, a mother and a father in the same home, and she's gonna have that until she is, you know, until we leave this earth. So because we don't believe in divorce, even though we be getting into it, we don't believe in divorce. Ain't no divorce. Well, I hope y'all learn something from this. If you are single, cherish your single season. I loved being single. It wasn't always like that. Trust me, there were some hard days, especially having friends who are married. It was difficult at times, and there was at one point where I was actually living with my friend who was married, and it's hard, because it's like you see their family and everything, and it kind of exasperates the fact that you are single. But use that, trust me girl, appreciate your time being single. And if you're not even a mom, you're not a single mom, you're just a single woman, truly travel the world, go see the world. Don't wait until you get married to buy a house, don't wait till you get married to get this, do that, live your life, because when you get married, that season is going to have its own challenges as well. And I feel like one of the things that I like really struggle with is I was comfortable in my single season. So sometimes being married, it gets so overwhelming, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I think about what life was like being single. I'd be like, man, like I miss being single. But then it's like, no, Melissa, you may sometimes, but that season had its challenges too, just like your married season. So whatever season God has you in, appreciate it. If you are engaged, don't try to rush to get married. Just take your time and be together. Yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, make sure that you give it a thumbs up. Make sure that you comment. If I have any single moms or any single women, if you guys guys are engaged, or you're single right now, or you are married. I want to know what you guys' transition was like for you. Comment below, and don't forget to subscribe and share this video with your family and friends, and I'll catch you guys in my next video. Bye.